you'd better explain, and here I brace, here I'm just going to hold the table with both hands. You'd better explain for the layman, I'll give you a short paragraph, blockchain. What is blockchain? Make me understand that, George.
Blockchain is a new architecture, new security architecture for the internet that allows you to keep your information to yourself. And it distributes all the personal information all across the network, just as human intelligence is distributed across the world in individual human brains. It's not agglomerated in giant data clumps. It's human intelligence is distributed. The blockchain distributes personal data rather than concentrating it in one of the few big walled gardens, Google,
like
Facebook, concentrating it, and then forcing you to petition to the big centralized database for the right to be yourself on the internet. It's a distributed way of you keep your data to yourself and use whatever data you need to conduct a particular transaction. But it originated as a form of money, Bitcoin.
Right.
But it's often compared to cash because it seems to allow anonymity.
Yes.
But it's really better than cash. It's a major step forward beyond cash, because not only does it allow you to conduct anonymous transactions, it also enables you to demonstrate your behavior and your transactions unimpeachably, if you have to the IRS, to a prosecutor, to Preet Bharara, or whoever it may be. The blockchain gives you an immutable record that allows you to document your behavior. And it's always seemed to me that the key thing isn't really privacy, isn't really as critical as being able to prove that you didn't do something that a government wants to charge you with doing. That the ability of attestation is an important advance that the blockchain offers, both in third world countries and in the United States.
All right. So your limited claim in Life After Google is that we have a new technology coming along that will make use of my smartphone and my desktop and your smartphone and your desktop and distribute transactions and intelligence and in some ways meaning across everybody's smartphones and computers, and it will render Google's fantastically huge investment in these 80 different data centers. It will render those beside the point, perhaps.
Yeah, well, we're very like those big abandoned aluminum plants that you can see up the Dalles.
Okay. That's the limited claim. Here's the larger claim, that blockchain can fix a lot of what's wrong with America. Life After Google. Blockchain technology will address the doldrums of centralization, insecurity, and sclerosis afflicting the current information economy. Okay, now how's that? IPOs are down. This is the Peter Thiel argument that we're just not getting the innovation that it feels as though we should have, right?
Yeah.
And how does blockchain jumpstart the whole economy?
Well, it's because blockchain corresponds with the reality of the world, which is the ultimate thinking element is the human mind, individual human minds, each one different, each one with a potential of its own, which can make its own contribution. And blockchain is an answer to this cloud mind, which I call sky computing, which you described so well with the computers and smartphones all around the world, contributing their cycles as needed to perform supercomputer computations is required, or 3D rendering from the internet, that is, having 3D experiences provided across the internet, all from the skies, open skies, rather than from the clouds of Google, Facebook, and the rest of the giants, Apple and Amazon, and which are the biggest companies in the world, and a tremendous
achievement.
Upset. I'm not for any kind of attacks on them. I'm of government regulation or whatever. I don't think that that's the problem at all. I think the problem is that they have a business plan and a technological solution that's inappropriate to a world full of individual human minds.
Okay, so here's your argument then. Your argument is the ultimate resource, the base of it all, is not any human construct, still less anything that has such a centralizing tendency as these huge data centers that we began by discussing. Your argument is no, 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 no. It's the individual. The individual is the resource, and blockchain will empower individual human beings. Individual human beings in conditions of economic and political liberty are resources, and blockchain will empower them.
That's right.
Okay.
Well put. That's the conclusion.
I've been reading you for 35 years, George.
And it is already happening. I mean, you mentioned the IPO crisis, the 90% drop in the number of IPOs. The 50% shrinkage of the number of, more than 50%, 60% shrinkage of the number of public companies on the stock market. We're having a stock market boom while the number of companies shrinks drastically, and new challengers don't rise up. IPOs. But a Thiel fellow, you mentioned Peter Thiel,
yes,
who's a pivotal figure in life after Google. Peter Thiel has created these Thiel fellowships,
that's
and
right.
one of the first ones was Vitalik Buterin, who established Ethereum just 5 or 6 years ago, which is a new blockchain based on Satoshi's Bitcoin blockchain, but improved and more generalized. And he created the new blockchain, a new global computer platform, a new programming language called Solidity, a new currency to finance a new form of smart contracts which could be implemented on this new computer platform, a new source of measurement for the value of the money and the energy consumption of the computer cycles required to implement the smart contracts, a huge new compound enterprise that in the last 12 months has essentially solved the IPO problem with ICOs. That's
initial coin offerings?
Initial coin offerings, initial Cayman offerings, initial crypto offerings, and they've raised $20 billion in less than 12 months for thousands of new companies. Many of them have failed. Many have gone bust, just like the internet upsurge. But this is an amazing efflorescence that this Vitalik Buterin, who I think is one of the great entrepreneurs of our history, has accomplished in 12 months. Pretty much solved the IPO problem. The Chinese are rebelling because cryptocurrencies are global, and the Chinese are skittish about anything that allows the globalization of Chinese capital that's not completely controlled. But anyway, China is deeply involved in all these new cryptocosmic developments.